Welcome to another episode of Is This for Kids? I am Jonathan Beard of Blevins. I've got 3 kids and 1 on the way, and I think that most media marketed to children is horrific.
Not mincing words at all. And I am Katie, MrsRuvi. I am a mother of 5, from teenagers all the way down to preschoolers. And I think most of the media that's marketed to kids can be redeemed with some good parental conversations. And today, we're talking to you about Venom.
Not the Eminem song.
Yeah. No. Well, we're going to try to give you a couple of little things to look at in there. Things you want to shield your kids from, what you might want to talk to them about that comes up in there, and how you can use this to share in your kids' lives.
Yes. Tell us about Venom and how much you absolutely love it.
Okay. Venom, The Last Dance is the third, and I think maybe final, probably not, based on that last post-credits scene. But
Spoiler alert. Wait, I didn't see the post-credits scene. Tell me.
Oh, okay.
Is he alive still?
The tree guy, the like bad guy Krull or whatever is.
Yeah.
Null.
Yeah.
He's like, I will destroy everything, and you're going down, and I sound like this.
Wow. Well done.
Yeah, it was really scary. Anyway, so this is the third part of this Venom movie. If you haven't seen the first 2, just to kind of catch you up, there's a journalist, Eddie Brock, who has, in a previous movie, tried to shut down a life lab that was using these alien beings called symbiotes, which were kind of killing their hosts, and they were trying to do kind of human experiments on them, yada, yada. Eddie ends up becoming host to one of these symbiotes known as Venom. And so Venom and Eddie are sort of inextricably linked, and Venom gives Eddie superpowers and makes him sort of indestructible. At one point in the previous 2 movies, Venom saved Eddie's life. Eddie had died, and Venom did something that brought him back from death, creating a little guy called a codex. It's like sort of just a glowing yellow ball that exists within the 2 of them as long as they are both alive.
Yep.
But if one or the other dies, the codex dies. And in backstory that we never heard in any of the prior 2 episodes, the symbiotes had some sort of evil creator guy named Null that they glued to a tree, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, he's like one with the tree. Like in Pocahontas.
Yes. They have kept him from doing anything evil, and the only thing that can free him is one of these codexes. So he created these second separate set of beings, these xenophages, that are coming to get that codex in order to free the bad guy. So basically, what we have is an entire movie of Eddie and Venom attempting to avoid what looks like some sort of angry space puppy in order to keep the bad guy from coming back from his tree lair.
Great job. So you're being very sarcastic. You didn't like it?
I saw that I didn't like it. It's just, sometimes Marvel movies get real in the weeds with the mythology, and you're like, I don't know what's going on right now. This is kind of a lot. And also, what?
Yeah.
So I don't know why I'm supposed to fear the guy in the tree, but apparently I am. But he's creepy looking, so I know that I should.
Why create a alien that can only see the codex and not, so why not just have it see everything?
Yeah, it feels, the space puppy feels like a poor design.
Yeah.
Really.
It was disgusting. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
So shepherd, shield, share. What should you shield kids from in this?
Yeah, the shield things are things that we think that parents would be concerned about, that they might want their kids not to see. So there is a lot of swearing in this movie. It's a PG-13 movie. They use every swear I can think of that is permissible in a PG movie. This means not just the A word, but the A-whole word, the GDs, and their F word is used in the term of a mother effer.
I think they actually use it more than once.
I only heard it once.
Okay.
Yeah. I only heard it the once, and I think that's like the general rule is that you can have one in a PG-13 movie. But like, to use it as a MFer is a bit of a, like that, I don't know, that just feels kind of worse.
Yeah.
To me, but there we are. There is a lot of violence, including biting people's heads off. And you want to tell them about the blender?
Yeah, so like the for shielding this, it gets a little, it's pretty crazy for a Marvel movie. I think this alien creature opens its mouth, and basically whatever it eats or whoever it eats it's just put into a blender, and it's got like gills, and the blood and skin just like fly out behind it.
Yeah, did you ever see that scene in Fargo where they put a guy in a wood chipper?
Yes.
Yeah, it's that.
Yeah, it's that. 100%.
It's that.
And so that was like pretty graphic, I think, for a PG-13 Marvel movie. Plus the language, like you said, and a little bit scary. There's some alcohol. He's drunk in the beginning, but it's like 2 minutes. Yeah,
there is a 2-minute drinking scene, and Eddie Brock always seems at least vaguely drunk. He's always saying he feels hungover, and I'm assuming this is something to do with the symbiote relationship that I don't understand. But there's no sex and no nudity. We've had feedback on our Instagram page where people are like, the number one thing I'm concerned about is whether or not there's nudity and sex. There's no sex. There's no
Not
love
at all.
interests.
There's none.
There's no romance. None of that. So
Yep.
if that's your main concern, you have no concerns here. The blood level in this was not quite to where Deadpool was, but it was like enough to be absurd without trying to be absurd. So
Yeah.
it was like whatever the amount of blood that Deadpool had that was supposed to be funny, it went just shy of that just so that it wasn't funny.
Yeah.
And it was just gross.
100% agree.
Yeah. Okay. Shepard, is there any redeeming conversations to be had here?
I'm going to say yes. So real quick, I'll put the cart before the horse. I think I'm using that right?
Yeah. I
would not watch this unless with someone unless they were 13. Like I think it's appropriate for a 13-year-old who's really into Marvel. Mm-hmm. That said, shepherding a 12, 13, 14-year-old through this, there's a really cool portrayal of family in this. There's this kind of like crack job dad and his wife who loves him dearly. They sell everything. They've got 2 kids, a son and a daughter, and they sell everything to go look at Area 51 because it's going to close down, and he believes in aliens and he just wants to find an alien. And even the daughter who like seems to hate both of her
like
parents.
A teenager vibe.
It's just normal angst. Like later on, a couple of different times, you can tell that she really does love her family and her dad. And it's just this really cool picture of a family. And they're willing to sacrifice for one another. And Venom actually does a good job of, or Brock does a good job of just being like kind of another parental figure to the son as well, who's scared of aliens, and he has a chance to save them and they have a chance to save him. And it's just really, really cool. I complain all the time that there's not good portrayals of family in movies, so I have to give it credit there. I think that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I actually wrote that down. The whole family road trip thing was super cool to me. It's sort of like bad cultural picture of homeschool families, but the coolest homeschool family you'll ever see is the one that's like, I'm going to go experience things with my kids. Like culture wants you to believe that these kids are all just locked up in the house, but every homeschool family I know is out having adventures. Yeah. And this is very much that. And
we're going to the Ozarks and to Arizona with our kids in the next month.
There's also a great theme in there of self-sacrifice because the Codex requires either Eddie or Venom to die in order to be destroyed. Venom sacrifices himself and takes all of the space puppies with him. They're called xenophages, but I like space
puppies is way better.
Space puppy is what I'm calling those things. Well, okay, so share any share ideas that are coming out of this one?
Again, this is just something I would share with my 12 or 13-year-old who's super into the whole trilogy or Marvel in general. And I thought it was really funny. I love the relationship between Venom and Eddie. It's Eddie. Why did I call him Brock?
Oh, his last name's Brock.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
I like their relationship's hilarious. You can tell towards the end that they actually love each other. Yeah. In a great brotherly kind of way. And so I would share just that and the laughing moments with the kids.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. I really liked the family road trip thing. So like if you're talking to your kids about this movie or this is just a thing you want to take out of this, like maybe plan a fantasy road trip with your kid. Like what's the thing you really want to do that we could do as a family? Like he really wanted to see Area 51. What else could we do? You're taking your kids to the Ozarks.
I want to see a grizzly.
That's in the Ozarks?
In person. No.
I was going to say.
Just in general.
You're definitely going the wrong way for that one.
Yeah.
But I thought that was super neat and very cool. All right.
So do you agree with me? 13 and up? Come on, Ruvi.
I don't have as much worry about the swears as you usually do. In my family, that's just a thing that we kind of agree that you're going to hear swears in the world. You're not going to repeat them. And the violence to me was a lot, but it was with an alien, so it was a little bit not as scary. My kids wouldn't be freaked out by it. I would say it's okay for somebody 10 and up as long as they are not easily scared.
I have a feeling that everyone is going to agree with me on this one, and that excites me. So.
I think if you bring it's PG-13 is what it's rated, but you could, in my opinion, if you're with your kid and your kid can deal with it, then it would be fine at 10. But I think maybe everybody will agree with you.
Let's go.
Yeah.
If you would like to find out more, go to isthisforkids.com.
Yeah,
you'll find we're located everywhere the podcasts are located. We have YouTube. If you're just listening to this right now, you can come look at our beautiful faces on YouTube. Our Instagram is going great. We reply to a lot of comments, and we are doing multiple episodes in the next month that are viewer requested.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Give us suggestions.
There's so much content out there for us to navigate as parents.
I'm Jonathan Beard of Blevins.
I'm Katie, MrsRuvi. Let us help you decide.
Is this for kids?
Right.